Hi there. My name is Monica, and I am going live on YouTube for the first time ever. And I don't know if I'm as polished as I would like to be, but at some point you just have to kind of give up caring what people think and just go for it. The reason I'm live right now is I wanted to let our followers know that we've opened a new office in Houston. And I know Houston is kind of a surprise. A lot of people are asking me, why Houston? You could be, anywhere. There we go. That wire's been in the way. And I said, well, we have a lot of family here. The weather is beautiful, like 9 months out of the year. The other 3 are really hot and muggy. And right now is one of those months. And, Texans are really friendly. I lived in Texas for 3 years when I was in flight school as a student in the flight student in the Marine Corps. And I really liked the people that I met. And Houston itself has grown incredibly, and there's so much to do and so many things to experience here that it made a lot of sense for me and my family. We've kept our office open in Northern Virginia. We have an office in McLean, and we also opened another office in Silver Spring, Maryland. So we have now a total of 3 locations. I'm very excited. We're moving in the direction of my vision of having a series or a chain, if you will, of offices all over the country. We're working really hard to standardize all of our processes, standardize all of our, they feel special and taken care of by every one of our providers, not just like one person or 2 people. So it's a very dynamic and exciting time for us. And what I'd also like to announce is that we're offering free coaching. So what I mean by free coaching, obviously it's not like, hours and hours and hours of free coaching, but it is 15 to 30 minutes of free coaching with me. All you have to do is click the link to reserve your spot, and I will get on the phone or on Zoom with you, and we will have a conversation. I'd like for you to please come with a specific topic, a specific problem, like actually something that you need help with, not just a question like, what is hypnosis? Can help me? Those kinds of simple questions are definitely, but if you would like to get some free coaching, especially Houstonians who really may have no idea who the heck I am and who the heck we are, and may want to, feel us out, this is a great opportunity to take advantage of this service. It will be available very shortly. The button is not up currently, but it will be up in the next 24 hours. And if you have a question and you don't feel comfortable being on the phone with me, you're more than welcome to email me at monica@novahypnosisandwellness.com. So monica@novahypnosisandwellness.com with your question, and then I'll answer it either with you on the phone if you want to get on the phone with me, or I'll answer it in a video like this so that you can get your answer maybe in a more private way that feels more comfortable to you. I'm also going to post a video about our story in the sense of, how did this business get started? Why did I start it? What exactly is it that we do? And I discuss, my definition of hypnosis, which is the intersection, the marriage of meditation and coaching. So meditation and coaching intersect in this process called hypnosis. And just for those of you who think that you have never been hypnotized, I want you to remember a time when you watched a movie and you cried, even though you knew it was fiction, and even though you knew those characters were those were actors on a screen, not real people in a problem situation. And the reason you cried is because you were hypnotized by the movie. If you think you've never been hypnotized, think back to a time when you were daydreaming and maybe replaying a fight in your head that you had with your boss or your family member, and then you were driving and you somehow managed to get home, yet you don't even remember how you took the exit or how you got home. All of those are two examples of being hypnotized. So what I actually like to say is that we don't so much hypnotize people as we de-hypnotize them. People are always, not people, but there's always a demand on our attention. The news, advertising, social media, family members who have their own agenda, friends who have their own agenda, and even our own internal, negatives. All those are a drain on our attention. And part of what we do is we help people to take back control over that attention, take back control over their mental space, and really have the control over it so that they can assign their attention to whatever it is that is most important to them, instead of allow their attention to wander to whatever someone else thinks is most important to them. And I wonder if any of you have watched Harry Potter. I don't know which movie it's in, but it's a scene where Snape is trying to train Harry to block out Voldemort from infecting his thoughts. And so, some people have the misconception that we make suggestions that are in some way counterproductive, but that couldn't be further. In fact, what we do is kind of like what Snape was trying to do, help intrusion from the outside into his mind. And for us, in the 21st century, it's really helping people to overcome their own limiting beliefs, overcome the limiting beliefs that others may have introduced to them at a younger age, overcome fear of failure, fear of not being good enough, overcome the intrusion by the outside world, whether it's social media, the news, etc., from taking their attention away from what's important to them. Because I'll give you a great example. Yesterday, I'm trying to eat clean. I'm trying to get my diet back on track. And yesterday I had a pretty stressful day. I had a couple of negative encounters with people. And, inside I felt very threatened. And even though logically I knew that these people were not really a threat, these conversations I'd had were not really a threat, my physiology, my biochemistry, my hormones had shifted because of that stress. And I just found myself eating stuff I should not have been eating for someone who was trying to clean up her diet. And it is those moments that I would like to help you and support you, so that when you're aiming for your goals, when you're aiming to clean up your diet or clean up your personal life or whatever it is, you're not derailed by the intrusion of external threats, which is what those conversations I had were. And that's the thing. Each of us has external threats all the time, and each of us finds a way to cope. But the way that we cope is not necessarily always healthy. I was coping by eating, and I'm sure many of you do the same. But mastering your mental and emotional state, and you're never going to be perfect. That's the other thing I like for you to rid yourself of the idea that you are going to be perfect, because you're not going to be perfect. But most of the time, being able to rid yourself of to find that personal mastery. And when people or situations stress you out, to have those resources easily accessible, because you already know what to do. It's just that doing it is not easily accessible to you. So each of us knows that when we have a stressful day, we should do some push-ups or take a walk around the block or call a friend. We should not go to the refrigerator and eat. But nonetheless, that's what we do. We go to the refrigerator and we eat, because that's what's most easily accessible, because that's what we do 5, 6, 7, 10 times a day. We open the refrigerator and grab some healthy coping mechanisms with easily accessible, positive coping mechanisms is what we help our clients to do. So I look forward to hearing from you or your friends or your family. Just let them know that we're here. And I look forward to helping you or anybody that you know. I appreciate your time, and I look forward to serving Houston, as well as continuing to serve Northern Virginia and now Maryland as well. Thanks.